Kate was pretty awesome. Before I get into my review, consider this your spoiler warning because I will be talking spoilerish things. I was super entertained with this movie. Now, before I continue though, this was definitely a carbon copy of John Wick. It was a female empowering version of John Wick, but it was still nonetheless a John Wick movie. I mean, you remove Kate and put John Wick, and it's definitely it's the same world. There's no difference, and I wouldn't enjoy it less or more with either one of the characters. But they mimicked it right off the bat, and I'm a sucker for those. I don't know if they call them steampunk or cyberpunk, whatever it is now, the genre that it is. But I completely enjoyed and was entertained in this movie. I enjoyed the way they shot this movie. Again, if you're familiar, now it's not the same director, so they're definitely biting, but the way they filmed it's set in Japan. The whole thing was just beautifully shot and very compact, very condensed. Now, obviously, I don't know if this was filmed in actual Japan, but it seemed like it was, and a lot of those streets are compact, are really tightly woven together. And they definitely gave us the Japan experience in this, not only from the cars, from the style, from the technology, from just the aesthetic, a little bit of the Japanese culture and ancient culture was also. So all the way around, it was just a beautifully entertaining movie shot-wise, right? The way they filmed it, the way they edited it was completely an enjoyable sight. It was a good story. The pacing was amazing. There was hardly any lulls, and if there was, the movie was enough self-aware to know it had to pick it up, and it did. And honestly, the only place it lulled was towards the end, but only to do a little disposition dump, if you will, just kind of let us know what was going on, because the plot does get convoluted towards the end, even though it's fairly simple, and there's a lot of minor plot devices that just keep her understanding that she has to find who poisons her. And the little plot devices are there just to lead to the double cross or the twist at the end. But the twist was kind of predictable once you start watching it from the beginning. The first 20 minutes, you kind of have an idea, but the movie tries to, fake you out and take you to the other way, but you kind of understand, hey, yeah, what you're watching. But it was kind of predictable. If you remember the movie by Jason Statham called Crank, it's just that. That's the premise of this movie, mixed with that John Wick aspect of this film. Those two movies is basically what this movie is. It's high octane action, gun blasting, just a good old fun. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I couldn't find anything that bad with it, except for some of the music choices for this movie, but it was fairly minor. But yeah, I mean, if you like John Wick, you'll love it, and if you're a fan of Crank the movie, you'll love it. So for me, that's really all I could say. Just go out and watch it. You'll be entertained. And the actress that plays Kate did an amazing job. The acting from everyone, from Woody Harrelson, from all of them, everyone in this, the acting was top notch. I think I already mentioned that the acting was good. So you'll enjoy it. So go out and check it out. It's on Netflix. For me, this movie was a solid B. If there was no John Wick, if there was no Crank, this thing would be like a solid A. But because it is biting, because as soon as you watch it, you understand that you're watching a John Wick type of movie. They bit the movie, so I can't give you an A if you're taking something else and trying to make it your own. I mean, it's still John Wick. So sadly for me, it's a B, a solid B. And it's not a bad rating. Some people think that a B rating is a bad rating. I don't know why that is, but if it's not an A, the movie sucked. But that's not the way my ratings go. For B, it's still a solid movie. You'll be entertained. So go out and watch it. Let me know down in the in the comments if you think my B rating is too low, too high. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? But again, those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And like always, that's a wrap.